perfect. Salutations and welcome, my friends, to Earth. Earth. This is the planet of peace, joy, love, happiness, prosperity, goodness, grace, and tennis smosh. And we ask, what is tennis smosh? Well, it's nothing. It's one of Gary's words. So, this is the mystery, the magic of the star tetrahedron. Notice the golden background against which it spins, a golden grid everywhere. Not only a golden spinning orb, but a golden background, and next to it, a golden boy. Oh my, isn't that great? The upper triangulation is the essence of divine power, which is vibration, energy, mass. It was then mirrored, positive, mirroring then negative, father, mother. Mother then is love, wisdom, action, which then puts into form vibration, energy, mass, and then it is creation as the star tetrahedron then holographically spins out the imagination that arises forth from within the center, the void. We have been talking about how two aspects of the star tetrahedron exist for us. Of course, everything is a star tetrahedron, an atom, the sun, the earth. But for us, we have been working, first of all, with the area of the form completely around the body, and then the open doorway within the heart where source arises forth. And we've been working then with the breath to literally call, summon, and feel source arising forth. And then about 4 weeks ago, we then moved to actually being able to create one within the area of the third eye. And so when we create it within the area of the third eye, and we're sitting within this moving, flowing, dynamic star, we can see that the interior of it then creates the image of a temple. And that temple then allows the elixir of Amrit to then literally flow and move from out of the area of the third eye, which then feeds and nourishes the body. It helps to upgrade the DNA, and it creates an ability of everything to flow much smoother. And so we can then move to the third eye star tetrahedron and then the body's tetrahedron, and then moving back and forth, whatever feels comfortable. So there's no, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. It's how's the feeling moving through you. The interesting theme tonight that we wanted to talk about is I am that I am. So over the last several weeks, we've been talking about the one divine mind that exists throughout all creation. It is water, it is earth, it is fish, it is sky, it is human. Everything that exists is of the one mind that literally at the emanation of the Big Bang created hydrogen, positive, negative. Hydrogen then in love, lusting for each other, if you will, hydrogen came together and then finally exploded into stardust, which is again the one mind that became physical form. And then behind the physical form is consciousness of the one mind that then formulates it into star systems, planetary systems, and then planetary systems actually then begin to create life upon them. And so it becomes a marriage then of actually moving, flowing stardust with spirit inside. Very rudimentary in the beginning of creation with just one cell amoebas and small plasmas. But again, as they then begin to fall in love with each other, again, creation is always wanting to come together in positive and negative and create something new. And so it then began the whole evolution of life on planet Earth. Again, one mind, one source, simply then in great diversity. And so everything that is the consciousness that is moving to stardust, which we call physical form, is simply source. I am. And as we then begin to evolve into our human awareness, right brain, left brain become developed, we then realize, we then have conscious knowing of I have a soul, which is literally source spirit, and source spirit now moving through what I call the stardust of my physical body. I now can cognize that I am that moving with form. But as we continue to grow and evolve, we then begin to realize not only am I an individual, but even that which is the energy of source moving through me is simply that one great ocean of being. It diversifies itself into many different facets and many different possibilities, from plant to animal to human to insect to bird. But at the same time, it's simply one source moving, one I am in great diversity. And so we can say when we look out into the world at anything, I am that I am. I am that I am. And we are speaking the highest truth there is. So it doesn't matter the color of our skin, the diversity of our religious upbringing, our sense of who we think we are, or what we've been taught, or where we might be living. It is one I am with different stardust, no doubt about it. But the stardust is simply the form that is moving through. It's just like your car. When you get in your car, you are the consciousness that then moves and drives that car. Some people have Chevrolets, some people have Toyotas, others Mercedes-Benz, some Audis, the whole gamut of now even electrical vehicles. But they're vehicles that move that which you are, the body, through the dimensions of this physical reality, just as your spirit moves you through the dimensions of this physical reality. If you continue to identify just with the body, then you're locked in the perception that if I'm different, I'm separate from this person, from this racial archetype, from that what is going on over there. And it's no longer I am that, that is different. And I can now judge it and criticize it, and I can dislike it, and I can now believe something's wrong with it, and I can then war and fight against it. Separation. But once again, when we begin to move to spiritual awareness, we begin to come to the knowledge, the wisdom that I now feel source within me. I can feel the source that is within me, literally then animating my body. That which I am observing and seeing is no different than which I am. I am that. So, an analogy that might help you, if you will kind of understand this, because when we know that we are, I am that, and we are now literally moving within the one mind of Source, we then reach a plateau of enlightenment or consciousness where we truly mastered the physical form, as Jesus did. And when that happens, we are no longer circumscribed. We're no longer held in abeyance by simply the physical form. We can move through and out of the physical form as the man enlightened Jesus did, and then simply reconstitute a body. And so one no longer is confined by the limitations of time, space, by physical form. And when that happens, one simply then is literally throughout all creation simultaneously. One is the one mind that has created the joy of planetary, of stellar, of many different planets and dimensions. But one can move through all of those wherever one would like. It's just like on your computer. When you turn your computer on, you can simply scroll to Egypt. You can go over to the Nile River. You can move to the Grand Canyon. You can look up something that is around um, maybe the archetype of animals within the Serengeti. But you're simply consciousness that are bringing those up on the screen. And that is literally what is happening with Source. Source is literally allowing itself to be diversified upon the screen of multiple realities within multiple dimensions of time, within multiple animals and insects and birds, but it's one consciousness. And just like your computer, when you want to move to another place, maybe a whole planetary star system you're now exploring, you simply bring it up upon your screen. And this is exactly what Source can do when you are enlightened. You can move through all dimensions of time, space simultaneously. There's no longer here, nor there. There is simply oneness. And you are now literally able to exist within that oneness through simultaneity. So people talk about fifth dimensional ascension, that they're going now through this phase of moving into fifth dimensional ascension into another dimension. Well, once you become enlightened and master the physical form, you are no longer overshadowed by physical form. You are the master of physical form, just as Jesus was. And so then you're no longer going to the fifth dimension. You are the fifth dimension, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th. You are all dimensions simultaneously, even down to the densest layer within the body of God, which we call physicality. And because you have mastered it, you can then see through it to that which is literally that which makes up physicality, which is simply source mind. That in the beginning began to be hydrogen, that began stardust, that then became planetary systems, that became bodies. It's all an illusion. It's simply consciousness dreaming itself into that which we call physical form and then believing through our five senses of taste, touch, smell, and feel, this is real, this is solid. A master simply is able to move through that with effortless ease. So imagine in your own mind brain that all of a sudden you decide to conjure up the image of a giraffe. So take a moment and conjure up the image of a giraffe with me. Beautiful long neck, long spindly legs. The giraffe is looking out across the area, and there's elephants, maybe some, hyenas, maybe some water buffalo. And when the giraffe wants to eat, it simply bends its head down, picks the grass from the savanna floor. Giraffe. Now, let's turn our attention to something completely different. Let's turn our attention to a person, someone that you dearly love and acknowledge, a child, a spouse. So begin to imagine and see that person. See them in your mind. Make them real. Feel and experience them once again. Okay, let's drop that image and let's go to a third image. And that third image, let's imagine where we were when we were in maybe ninth or 10th grade. Some image, some place where you were. What were you doing? What were you experiencing? It can be a little bit shadowy. But as we've been imaging these different things, where were they within the mind? Was the giraffe over here? Was the person over here? Was the school that you were in back here? No, it's simply consciousness. Imaging here, imaging there. And this is exactly what Source is able to do. In one simultaneity of one mind through creation, it can image itself as planet, it can image itself as human, it can image itself as all creation, the cosmos. It is one gigantic mind. Just as your small brain can image in multiple ideas and multiple feelings and see and know and experience, but where is it in your mind? Does it have a location? It's just an image. But Source, in its impeccability of imaging and holding that consciousness through the star tetrahedron in a refraction, a reflection, and a remembering of what it is imaging. It holds it holographically real until it looks like it's solid. And in the same way, this is the energy that Jesus brought forth. He was able to image and then reflect, and remember the image of loaf and fish, and it occurred within this dimension. It's all the same thing. One mind able to image itself into physical reality, and those who are around taste, touch, smell, feel, and call it real. And then we're believing that we're trapped in this physical dimension. But this is the time on the planet, through the knowledge of the star tetrahedron and our spiritual awakening, we're beginning to know that we can rise out of this material world, not by leaving it, not by disliking it or judging it, but by so loving it. As we love it ever more and more, we change the structure of our physical body. We bring this golden elixir of love and joy and peace within, and the DNA and the structure in the cells begin to be more refined until finally it becomes almost like light. We haven't negated the physical body. We have loved it into another level or frequency. And as we have then mastered the physical world, we then are free to move through all dimensions of time space. I am that I am. Whatever I choose to image in, I am that. If I choose loaf and fish, if I choose a healing, I am that I am. One mind, one consciousness throughout all dimensions simultaneously. And so this is why when we judge or criticize or dislike or throw negative energy at things around us, we're simply really hurting and harming ourselves. Because what is out there is but that which you are. It may look a little different. It may feel a little bit different. But what is inside of it is simply spirit. What it is made of is stardust. Stardust is one thing. It's consciousness that became hydrogen that then collapsed upon itself. And now it has a different color and a different form and a different essence. But it's all one mind, one consciousness, one source God, in and through all creation simultaneously. I am that I am. So it's a beautiful way as we go through the day when we want to come to a place of negativity. If we can just kind of come inside for a moment, sit behind the eyes, become quiet, and then have that feeling once again. Is my mind once again taking me into illusion and separation? Am I simply acting upon my emotions and feelings that are overshadowing the truth of who I am? Or can I sit quietly within and realize that if I am now observing and not judging or criticizing, I'll be able to see and feel myself moving through that illusion. And I can see and feel one mind, one source, one God there, simply looking back at me. Looking back at me. There is only one of us in all creation. Be it animal, be it bird, be it insect, be it snake, be it human, be it alien. Just many different ways in which spirit has had the joy now of moving through consciousness and form to see, what can I be? I am one thing, but I have multiple ways in which to observe myself in all of its outrageous possibilities. Outrageous possibilities. And so this is the joy of who we are with our star tetrahedron work. It begins to refine, it begins to hone, and it begins to dynamically create a vibration around and within through the body. Then along with the elixir within the head from the third eye, it begins then to develop the body, the consciousness, into a feeling of oneness, of harmony. I am that I am. So once again, when you're moving through the world and things want to be challenging, simply come back inside for a moment. Sit quietly and remember this talk. I am that I am. So, of course, one of the things that we do in our meditation here together is we continue to refine the feeling of source arising forth through the breath work. Breath is more than just the oxygen that we're breathing in. When we're conscious of it, we realize I'm literally breathing from the open doorway within my heart, from out of the void, spirit. And so I'm expanding the possibilities of spirit within dimensions. I am literally summoning spirit and then creating more possibilities, more opportunities for spirit to envision and know itself. And thus I become a free will creator with God I am. No longer locked in, I must be doing this or I should be doing that or this is expected of me. I am now free. And in that freedom of unconditional self-love, unconditionally loving all that is around me, I am then entrusted with all the powers of creation to use it wisely and in harmony and in wholeness. And so this is part of our breath work. So I'm going to take you through the formulation and the breathing, and we'll do about 5 minutes of deep belly breathing. So we can simply close the eyes and feel the body relaxing. To feel the body relaxing, letting go. Any tension of the day, we just let it float away. We give it up to the light. And with deep belly breathing, the in-breath is summoning from the open doorway, the void within the heart, spirit. It arises forth with effortless ease, dynamic and flowing. With a gentle exhale, just letting go, we imagine to be sparkling and effervescent, sunlight and peace. And it moves through every part of the physical form, renewing, enlivening. It is our gift of light that flows out into the world, bringing ever more peace and plenty. And with each deep in-breath, knowing, feeling, I am summoning source. I can feel it arising through this open doorway to become sparkling and effervescent light. I am the light. Light is consciousness. When light is in ignorance, it becomes dark and shadowy, and then we judge it and criticize it. But it is a veil that has been put upon the one light. And so I breathe in golden sunlight and peace. I see through all veils of illusion and ignorance to what exists, one light, one mind. There's only one breath within the cosmos, spirit breathing. And for those who are conscious, they can breathe it from inside out, from the open doorway. I am the breath of spirit arising forth to become the gift of golden sunlight and peace. And my breath is deep and profound. And I pause for a moment to be clear on the focusing it to be golden light in exhalation. And the gentle pause on the in-breath to refocus upon the feeling of spirit arising forth. I am the breath of life. I am the living light that brings peace on earth. I am that I am. And the simplicity of my breath, breathing, soars into this dimension. The gift of golden sunlight and peace shining from me. Like the physical sun, I bring light to earth. And a couple more quiet, deep inhale. The breath of spirit. I am the light. And then very gently now, still feeling peaceful and quiet, allowing ourselves to slowly come back more and more into the moment of the now. It is our ability to image, and through image we create. We once imaged the wheel, we imaged then autos, we then imaged rocket ships, we imaged all things that we see that we live with. Everything that's been created was first imaged within the mind, and then it was brought to be physical form. And it's the same with the star tetrahedron. We then begin to image this magnificent form, and with more clarity and focus, it becomes a living reality of consciousness and light that we build around, within, and through the physical form. Upper triangulation of divine power and the lower triangulation of divine feminine love. Upper triangulation moving clockwise, left to right, and lower triangulation counterclockwise, right to left. It's the spinning of these two triangulations, positive and negative, father and mother, that open the doorway where the sons and the daughters of light then bring forth love and joy into this dimension. So I'll take you through the formulation of the star tetrahedron, and then I will join with you and we will create light activation. So once again, as we simply close the eyes and feel the body relaxing, being aware of the breath. Breath is life, breath is spirit, breath is our gift into this dimension. Then slowly bring attention between the eyebrows, drawing a line straight back. And within the approximate center point of the head, we ignite the light, imagination. I image in the light of the soul. It is my attention and focus that images the light within the head that I can feel increasing, filling the mind and the brain with sunlight and peace. I am the light. Gently focusing the light to the heart chakra at the sternum and imaging in the star tetrahedron, the upper triangulation of divine masculine power, the focusing of light, gently flowing left to right clockwise. The lower triangulation of divine feminine love, imagination, love, and feeling, flowing right to left. Creating a vortex within the area of the heart chakra into the void where spirit source, the I am, arises forth. To be living sunlight into this dimension, I am that I am. Let's sit quietly together and I will join with you in light activation. And very easily now, slowly coming back into the now. Well, thank you very much, my friends, for coming and participating. I am that.